What if I told you that most families lose thousands of dollars? Not because of probate itself, but because of what they believe about probate. The truth is, there are so many myths floating around about probate that cause families unnecessary stress, wasted time, and huge financial losses. Today, I want to share the biggest probate myths that cost families money, time, and peace of mind. And I'll give you the truths that can protect you, save you thousands, and give you clarity in a difficult time. The first myth is this: probate always takes years. Most people hear the word probate and immediately imagine a long, drawn-out process that lasts for decades. Here's the truth. Probate can drag out, yes, but in many cases, it can also be resolved in just a few months, if you know what you're doing. Most delays happen because families don't have the right paperwork, or they get caught in disputes, or they simply don't know what steps to take. With the right guidance, we've seen families resolve probate and sell a home in less than 6 months. Probate doesn't have to be a marathon. With proper support, it can be much faster than you think. The second myth is that you can't sell a house until probate is over. This one costs families more money than almost any other. Here's the truth. In many cases, you can sell the property during probate, as long as the court approves the sale or the executor has the authority. Waiting until probate ends can mean months or years of paying for property taxes, insurance, utilities, and basic upkeep. We once worked with a family who thought they had to wait until everything was finalized. By the time they were ready to sell, the property had fallen into disrepair and the value dropped by over $40,000. If they had listed during probate, that $40,000 would have stayed in their pockets. The third myth is emotional. Probate always destroys families. We've all heard the horror stories: siblings fighting over who gets the house, relatives arguing in court, families torn apart. And yes, probate can create tension, but it doesn't have to. With clear communication, fair guidance, and a neutral professional in place, probate can actually bring closure instead of conflict. We've even seen siblings who hadn't spoken in years finally come together when they realized there was a fair and structured way to handle the estate. Probate doesn't have to destroy families. In the right circumstances, it can actually heal them. The fourth myth is that probate means you'll lose money. Many people assume that once a property enters probate, the value is gone. But probate itself isn't the problem. It's simply a legal process. Yes, there are court fees and legal costs, but the real danger isn't probate. It's making poor decisions along the way, like accepting a lowball offer because you're desperate, or letting the property sit vacant and slowly lose value. Handled correctly, probate can preserve, and sometimes even increase, the value of the estate. We've seen families walk away with far more than they expected, simply because they avoided the mistakes that so many others make. The fifth myth is that probate is too complicated for regular families to understand. This one scares people the most. They picture endless legal documents, intimidating courtrooms, and rules that no one can possibly keep track of. But here's the truth. Probate has rules, yes, but with the right guidance, any family can navigate it. Think about taxes. You don't have to be a CPA to get your taxes done. You just need the right professional who knows the system and can walk you through it. Probate works the same way. It seems overwhelming until someone breaks it down into simple, clear steps. Once families see that probate is manageable, the fear and confusion melt away. Let me share a real example. We once worked with a family in Maryland who had inherited their father's home. At first, they believed every one of these myths. They thought the process would take years. They thought they couldn't sell until everything was finished. They were sure their siblings would fight, and they were terrified they'd lose money. But here's what actually happened. We walked them through the process step by step. We helped them sell the house during probate with full court approval. The siblings worked together instead of against each other. The property sold for full market value, and the entire process wrapped up in less than a year. Instead of a nightmare, probate became an opportunity for closure, and the family walked away with peace of mind and money in their pockets. So let's recap the biggest probate myths that cost families thousands. Number 1, probate doesn't always take years. Number 2, you can in fact sell a house during probate. Number 3, probate doesn't have to destroy families. Number 4, Probate doesn't automatically mean losing money. And number 5, probate isn't too complicated for regular families to understand, not with the right help. Here's the bottom line. Probate can be stressful, yes, but it doesn't have to drain your time, your money, or your family relationships. The key is separating myth from truth and making smart, informed decisions along the way. With the right guidance, probate isn't the nightmare you've heard about. It's just a process. And when handled properly, it's a process that you and your family can get through with your finances, your relationships, and your peace of mind intact. If you or someone you know is currently going through probate and you need clarity, don't wait until small mistakes turn into costly problems. Call us today, 240-679-8078, or send us an email at colejackson@brickfrontproperties.com. We'll walk you through the process, answer your questions, and help you avoid the myths that cost families thousands. You don't have to go through probate alone. We're here to guide you every step of the way.